Stillness and blessings, everyone. We're going to do something a little bit different today. So, join with me for a moment of silence in the universal mind. Stillness and blessings, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and blessings, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and blessings, love and light, health and wholeness. The one and all. Give y'all a little sandalwood too. You know. We're here on the night of Ascension. I hope everybody feeling well, doing well, and well in their being, and well-being. Due to the fact we late, I ain't want to take up a lot of y'all time. Just courtesy of consideration. Do I have any messages for today? There's a difference between what we think we deserve and what we allow ourselves to deserve. Knowledge will drive you crazy if your heart ain't right. Knowledge will drive you crazy if your heart is not right. And there's a difference between what we think we deserve and what we allow ourselves to deserve. That's for those entitled. I used to think I was entitled. With that, we're going to speak on our topic. The topic for tonight is Ascension. Before I go into the ADK Luca Law, we're going to revert back to the J.H. Rodell synonym founder. You know, better invest in one, man. This, you know, this expand your vocabulary. The word is ascension. Ascension means rising, arising, uprising, ascent. What is ascension? Due to the fact that I think ascension is a good title right now because we're in a quote unquote woke era. Everybody woke, but what are we woke to? Ascension is also a big word used in the quote unquote conscious community right now. But where are we ascending? What is ascension? So I'm joyous that ascension happens to be the topic tonight, along with everything else we've been going through. For those who've been following me through the law, the modality, the teaching modality according to the law of life. But my definition, my personal definition was ascension because I did my own little things and put it together. Ascension to me is the raising of one's mind and body from sense materialism, that means materiality and the body, you know, to spiritual consciousness. This is accomplished by the raising of the Kundalini or life force energy. The ascension is the lifting up of the whole person, the whole, the inner man, through mind, soul, and body. Renewal of your mind brings a complete transformation of body so that every function works in divine order and every cell becomes immortal, becomes immortality is youth. So if you knew me 20 years ago, no, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, I actually look older than I look right now. Ascension is an organic change. Ascension is an organic change. Ascension is an organic change that takes place daily in all who are aligning oneself with the universe here and now, putting spiritual laws at work, demonstrating. We are all a part of this process called ascension, especially those of us who gradually raise our consciousness to understand the journey. With that, we're going to proceed to the 80K. I repeat, the 80K. I repeat, the 80K loop, Law of Life, in the section called Ascension. And we're on page 135. Ascension. Your journey from out the sun to the ascension must be made in a certain space of cosmic time. We came 90. If you on this planet Earth, you're a son of the child. So we actually travel through this process called life, 93 million miles from the sun, to go through this process called ascension here on a planet called Earth. Your journey from out the sun to the ascension must be made in a certain space of cosmic time. Our earthly planetary time within the cosmic cycle is our time to get this work done, called ascension. When you waste time in one embodiment, your experiences in another must take up time for it. So everything that I'm doing right now in my life, even in the process of this video, is what it is based off memories that I had of my last embodiment. So I'm finishing my work, cause I ain't coming here to do this no more. You hear me? The journey ain't been sweet, not for me, but I'm here. I made it. I got it. You know. So I don't know what none of the other masters will do. They probably gonna tell you to go find Sawu. We got it. That's why I'm sharing it, so we all can have it. Much assistance is being given to mankind at this time. When you waste time in one embodiment, your experiences in another must make up for it. I backed up. Much assistance is being given to mankind at this time. Never heard of before on Earth. Most times, we don't recognize the assistance that we've been given or we being given. And I'm even held accountable for that. Much assistance is being given to mankind at this time, never heard of before on this earth. That is because we are at the close of a great cycle and about to enter a new one. Actually, already in it. Not only at the close of a cycle and entering into another cycle, which becomes the action for the next 2,000 years, but also a cycle of cosmic import, which the planet Earth has never reached before. Everybody want to go back to Africa, back to Egypt, back to here, back to there. But wherever you are, where you at, you here for a reason. And through all we done been through as mankind, humankind, and Godkind, man, we have become the type of humanity that has accelerated. Without the struggle we've been through, we could have never accelerated into this expansion of consciousness that we're in this present time. So, actually, I'm saying that to say it's really been all a blessing. That is a cycle in which our universe is to move forward. This is our system, the sun and its planets around it, as well as the other systems around a greater sun, are to move ahead in the scheme of things. The earth, with its destructive activities, has for long retarded this progress. But the ultimatum has been an issue and all must move forward or be removed. So this purge what we're going through, whether you want to call it corona or the fires, or the floods that's going on in certain places, it's cataclysmic It's cataclysmic. A cataclysmic process going on worldwide, depending on the region where you at, but it all has its purpose. Therefore, the great laws permitting dispensations during this great cosmic push not heard of before. Dispensations mean releases. There has been given a new dispensation for the attainment of the Ascension. The Ascension is the purpose or goal of all embodiment, of all mankind. The goal is to not only free oneself from human creation, one has drawn about yourself, and perfect yourself, but to make the Ascension. This dispensation is given the opportunity of making the Ascension at the close of this embodiment to hundreds of thousands of people, and perhaps millions. If the Ascension is not accomplished at the close of this embodiment, an earnest person making conscious effort towards that end or that goal would attain it in the next embodiment. That means that the individual, or that means that you, never again have to come back into a physical body, but can finish this course on earth, this schoolroom, and be forever free, sovereign, ascended. In the Ascension, one takes all your achievements with you. The principle of the cosmic law in making the Ascension now is the same as formerly, the way others have done it. Of course, it is not necessary to go through a similar so-called crucifixion, because I don't know, I wasn't there. But a so-called crucifixion, as Jesus did, the reason for his was to show the victory of light over the human form. At the time of passing, those who would not be able to make the Ascension as of formerly now can under the new dispensation. The Ascension is completed at or after so-called death. There is no death. Every particle of life essence is withdrawn while the physical body remains here. Only the chemical part is left, the shell. There will have been drawn into the etheric body the purified essence of the physical body, while the remains of the physical body are or should be cremated. Through this understanding of the law as it's being taught now, is how others perform miracles, blessings, healings, and attain the Ascension. They made a public Ascension which was witnessed by many people, thus leaving the example to all mankind. And it's been going on through centuries. There ain't nothing new under the sun that's being taught. It's where we can take it at. It's about where we can take what's already been left here to the next level. That's Ascension. This made and left an etheric record. Everything we do now will leave an etheric record. Like throwing a rock into a pond and then it ripples. This is how everybody affects everybody, whether you're conscious of it or not. In the Ascension, we got to be conscious of it. This made and left an etheric record which no other individual has done. That etheric record stands pulsating in the atmosphere to this day. It acts as magnets to the consciousness of mankind. The etheric records that they're talking about are scriptures, hieroglyphics, pyramids, statues, left by different civilizations, many different people, the temple that been destroyed over there in China. So it's many masters that roam this planet for hundreds of years, or thousands of billions, probably as old as the cells in our body. Who knows? But my point is, blueprints was left behind. Etheric records. Those etheric records stands pulsating in the atmosphere to this day. They act as magnets to the consciousness of mankind. Pay attention to what you're drawn to. The master set into action the latent or dormant etheric records of perfection in mankind and the very earth itself. This began a forward push in mankind's evolution or expansion. The masters came when mankind's evolution. The masters come when mankind's evolution is at a very low ebb. The masters always come when mankind's evolution is at a very low ebb. So In this highest time, we're in our lowest element. In this highest time called woke, we're in our lowest element. The master's life and manifestations on earth reversed the currents, drew forth and set into action the etheric records of former ages of perfection, the inherent good, both individually and for the earth. The ascension is practical and scientific. It is the same principle in operation as a fan or airplane propeller. When it spins fast enough, you see through it, and it seems not to be there, but put your hand in it. But get in the way of its action or field of motion, and you will know soon enough it is real. After passing, the body should be kept quiet and undisturbed for 72 hours, 3 days, as it should be in any case. Then cremated. This returns the elements back to the universal in a quick and clean way instead of having to undergo disintegration or decay. The same as articles of trash or no further use are placed in the fire and transmuted, and leaving everything clean instead of in a heap of decay, called maggots. In the golden age and on Venus and on other planets, there is no decay or blight. When a thing is no longer of use, it is etherealized, transmuted, returned back to the universe to be used again, returned back to the essence, because energy never dies. It just changed forms. Some feel a horror at cremation. Some feel a horror at cremation because a burning sensation from fire. But remember, your loved one is already gone. It's happy and more alive than before, and only the shell is left. Hundreds of students have made the ascension within the last 20 years, whereas formerly the average number of ascensions was about 1 per year by those who had had training in a retreat or lodge. Also, through a dispensation, there has been special assistance given to those in military and naval service, which has enabled thousands to complete the ascension. Of course, every individual has to know oneself. Then how is this done by those who do not know themselves, them higher self? The action is when they are catapulted out of the body or otherwise passed on, they are assisted and taken by beings on the other side at inner levels in these etheric bodies and given the understanding of their own higher self or I am present. Then, through the use of wielding light rays, they can transmute their karma and make sufficient balance to life to enable them to ascend. Everyone when making the ascension has the assistance of the ascension flame and some brother or sister from the temple. The new dispensation, the new energy, could not have come forth if enough of humanity, enough of us, had not used the transmuting violet flame to the point where the ascension was possible, whether we knew this or not. Physical constructive release is the only way you can release enough energy to draw you into the ascension. As you come nearer to the goal, everything in your life speeds up. Speed of light. Your good accumulated energy around your higher self becomes an electrical magnet that draws you into the ascension. Everybody talk about law of attraction. Y'all better pay attention. Today you have the opportunity to make the ascension into your everlasting body of light, to draw enough of purified substance from your physical body to enable you to make the ascension. You cannot take anything from the earth in the ascension except purified substance of the physical body. You ever seen a hearse pull a U-Haul? Me neither. At the moment of the ascension, all destructive records, which have not been erased with the violet flame, are consumed or transmuted. One can only make the ascension by expansion of the threefold flame in your heart. When one ascends, that flame moves to the center of your body. The threefold flame expands the light in every electron of your body, which becomes the force field around your threefold flame. At the ascension, the electrons expand, transmuting and raising all lower vibratory frequencies. The electrons filling the force field of the threefold flame. When one becomes an ascended being, you carry the human qualities in their perfected state and the purified physical substance. Individuals in the outer world now have the opportunity to make the ascension through application and the great assistance afforded by the cosmic law at this time. There is now an opportunity never had before. Each one that makes the ascension raises everyone else on the earth to some extent. Each one of us who make the ascension raises everyone else on earth to some extent. Each one who makes the ascension raises everyone else on the earth to some extent. Wholeness. For illustration, as you would take hold of the center of a tablecloth and lift it, all the rest of it is lifted to some degree. When one ascends, all human creation, all knowledge of perfection in that life stream is transmuted, so that much is removed from the atmosphere of earth. Your ascension is assured if you call your higher self into action daily and live accordingly. Your application is the only thing that will enable you to make the ascension. You can be given wonderful assistance, however. We can make a daily call for our higher self, which will stand in good stead when the time comes. We can say something like this: higher self, you direct my activity, word, and affairs, and take full command of me. God, protect, illumine me every step of the way, and see that I render the greatest service possible. See in your wisdom that I make the ascension at the close of this embodiment. I am the ascension manifesting. I thank you, beloved I am. Ashe. The ascension is complete balance of the masculine and feminine. The ascension is complete balance of the masculine and feminine. The ascension, the ascension is the complete balance of masculine and feminine. After a man or woman is ascended, that one can work and appear as either masculine or feminine, having had both masculine and feminine embodiments. The ascension is attained in a masculine body by the one who started out in a feminine body, and vice versa. With that, peace to the goddesses Kuan Yin, Oshun, Yemaya. Like, share, subscribe. You can donate by just pressing the like button. You can donate by just pressing the like button. Like, share, subscribe. If you want to give a physical donation, my cash app is $SAIWOODAGOD. That's $Sawu the God. Stillness and blessings, love and light, health and wholeness. One.